Hey guys, this is Versatile from VSC Power, hosted on the Money in Phoenix channel. So I've been playing Dota 2 for quite a while, over a year or so, but Dota 1 about 6.5 years on and off. So on the channel I've been hosting some Dota 2 videos every now and then, and someone always says, hey Versatile, what is Dota 2? How do you play this game? Or, hey, I really like Dota 2 but I get my butt kicked all the time. How can I become a better player? Stuff like that. So let's go over just the basics of this particular video, and in the future we can go over more gameplay videos. So if you go to the Learn tab here, there's a bunch of different heroes here. Click on a particular hero like the Naga Siren. You can learn about what that skills are for that particular hero, and there might be some YouTube videos showing off the skills in question. So here's the different skills here. You go down, you can see the bio, the stats, all that good stuff. And then here's a little video. So you play the video, you can see exactly what that particular skill does for that hero. So let's go back to the play button. Something else that's new is called quests that Valve implemented about a couple of weeks ago, where basically it takes you through this basic quest, shows you how to use a hero, how to use the skills, and it should be a really good learning experience. Now I have not done the quest because I have no need to do the quest at this point in time. You can also do something here called practice with bots. So if you want to go ahead and do this, where you select your hero, play with the bots, get up to speed, experiment, learn the tactics, because I can assure you that if you play with real players, humans, and you get your butt kicked, they are going to basically rip you apart, call you a noob, a newbie, other curse words possibly. They're going to call you a big feeder. No one likes a big feeder, because the more you feed the enemy team, dying to the other team, they're going to get a bigger, larger advantage, because they have more gold to buy better weapons. The better weapons equals easier time to dominate your team, and your team is going to effing hate you for feeding all the time to the other guys. So that's why it's very critical for you to, if you're going to pick a hero, make sure excuse me, make sure you know how to play that hero correctly. So if I were to go here, and this would be a good time, so let me go ahead and showcase another example how to play this game or get up to speed. So hypothetically, let's go ahead and pick the Drow Ranger. Really nice range carry for the mid lane. Okay, let's click on play.
Drow Ranger.
Alright, sweet. Now, if you go to shop, you notice that here's a list of some default starting items, which is fine. Also, what is new for quite some time is you click on this little icon here. This is like a book or a guide. So left click on the arrow here, and here's a bunch of different recommended Drow Ranger builds. You can go ahead and look at them. I use these from time to time just to have a better idea of what other people are saying. So let's go ahead and select this one, for example, and click on OK. So over the course of the game, you'll see that a particular skill is highlighted. That means highlight or select a skill, upgrade that skill during that particular level. So I can go ahead and level that up. You'll see that the shop has a type of starting items, early game, core items, late items, and items that are for situational. So if I were to right click on slippers here, I'll buy these guys, right? And you can see how my stats change. What I always like to do is and I'm just old school, old fashioned, I like to hotkey my hero. So I press Control 1 on my hero, and then on the donkey or the courier, whatever you want to describe it, I am old fashioned, I always give it a Control 2. So I could go 1, 2, 1, 2, see? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go down to, I see Omni Knight is going down to the bottom lane, so I'm going to go to the top lane. Now, if you are a support hero, you always want to make sure that you sort of, ward the runes here. The runes might give you an advantage over the enemy. Invisibility rune, stuff like that. They spawn every 2 minutes, and we see that the rune is down here. If you ping on it, you see that you have this illusion rune here that the system will automatically describe. If you press down the Y key, you see you have all these different options here. So if I say missing with my mouse,
top is missing.
You get this verbal action from you to the other players that someone is missing, or you can say, push, or you can say care. Sometimes that's faster to do this thing rather than try to type it out, using your keyboard.
Sentiments as well.
If you want to do a voice chat, I do believe the default button is the letter G. Hey guys, what's up? you know, and other people can hear you across the game, which is nice because Dota 1 did not have built-in voice. And is there anything else?
Agreed.
Also, down here, this is called the
I'll
quick
have your
buy shop.
skull for my satchel.
So if I were to select the Wraith Band over here, right? So let's say that you're playing, and you don't want to die, right? Or you're about to die. I highly recommend you buy something before you die, right? So what I could do right here, I right-click on here, and booyah! So it automatically bought the recipe. It's in my stash, right? So that's a very quick guide of how to use the built-in guide system, right? And then also how to use the skills, also how to use the store, and you know how to be a better player in that particular sense. Now there's another thing that you can do, and let me just disconnect. Another thing that you can do is you can watch another person. So if I go over here, I could say watch the game, and I can watch my buddy playing the game, and I can see from his point of view. Also, you can also look at another person's Dota profile. So let's, for example, let's go ahead and look at my own profile here. So we see that we did this last night. We did a really fantastic game. I was playing as Undying, and I'm going to download the replay real quick here. And you can watch your own replays, or you can watch someone else's replay. Download it, watch it, learn it from your experience, from the other enemy's experience, see all the things that your team did wrong or you did wrong, and that might give you some insight on how you can be a better player the next time you play this game for that particular hero or whatever you're doing, right? The thing I always hate the most is when you're playing with some team, the guy doesn't know what he's doing, or he thinks he knows what he's doing, but he's doing it wrong, and he gets his butt kicked. He feeds the other enemy team, they come and get you, and you freaking lose. So that's, no one wants to be in a losing situation. There was a time, whether you believe it or not, and I do have a screenshot of this on my hard drive somewhere, where the number of wins I have actually surpassed my number of losses. So like over 10, so I was like 10 wins higher than my losses. But because I keep on playing, you get some Russians, or you get some guys who don't know how to play the game or whatnot, they make you lose, or they don't team coordinate. And now I'm like 4 wins less than my losses, but that's alright. So let's go back to my game history. Let's go ahead, review the winning team, and yeah, we won. We did a pretty good job, although this game was sort of interesting. But let's go ahead and watch the replay. And the reason we're watching a replay is I just want to show you some spectator tips so that you can learn better how to learn from your own replays, or if you're watching someone else's game live, how you can learn from them. Now, when you're watching someone else's game live, that game is delayed by like a minute, 2 minutes. So it's not like you can watch the game and then send hints to your fellow teammates in real time. It doesn't work like that. That'd be like cheating, right? So let me speed up a little bit, or let me just jump around in this replay if I can, if it lets me. Okay, sweet. So what I'm going to do is, let's do that. So we see that on the right hand side, here's some different items. So if I go here, direct the camera, and I say player perspective, right? And let's go to myself, Undying, right? So you can see my mouse, literally, you can see my mouse, what I'm clicking, where I'm moving, what am I looking at on the screen, what am I buying, when I buy. So that's pretty cool. So that's how you can learn. Now, if I were to click on someone else, like Kanka, I can see this guy. What is he doing with his mouse? And what is he clicking? What is he doing? You know, stuff like that. So that might give you insight on how to play the game, learn from someone else's perspective. You go to the leaderboard chats, you'll see all the different leaders of how well they're doing with their particular heroes, and you can download their replays, watch how they play the game, watch their strategy, watch their tactics, and hopefully over time you're going to become a better person. And Valve have not implemented this particular mode yet, but they said they want to have a mode where you can have like a coaching system where you're playing the game, you have like an online mentor or a coach, they watch you play the game, give you advice as you're playing the game, and both of you will have a good time. So something similar I think they did for Team Fortress 2 has not been implemented yet for Dota 2. Hopefully it will one day, and that should make this game a little bit easier for newbies to get up to speed, and also advanced players. So that's my quick Dota 2 video tutorial. If you got any questions, let me know. Otherwise, leave a comment here on the YouTube page and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Once again, thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.